A wonderfully warm hello to all of you here for a new oracle, a tarot in the realm of love. And today we are going to look at who, or what is currently the topic with your counterpart. What is their current topic? We will, of course, look at the energy. I connect with the energy in your direction because that's what matters to you. And we will see what is really going on there. Perhaps activity, what is actually there, what is being shown, and you will definitely get one or the other aha moment. And dear ones, we are here collectively. Persons in cards are gender neutral, that is your counterpart, both male and female. And you always adapt it perfectly for yourself, for your situation. Collectively, cards do not apply to everyone, not 100%. And I find it fantastic how you simply leave out what doesn't fit. If it doesn't suit your situation, and you take out the puzzle piece that fits your situation, that is also appropriate. And now a very, very warm hug to all of you. A heartfelt thank you for your being. Thank you for your comments, for your togetherness, and your warmth that you always give me. And your gratitude as well. That means the world to me. You mean the world to me? And dear ones, you can always very gladly, write questions for the collective, very gladly. And now let's take a look at that. It's best to keep writing it in the comments. And then we always manage to do that again. So let's take a look now. What currently the topic with your counterpart? So we have quite a lot of unrest right now. Okay. There is this excitement, a restlessness, so there is also, that can also be, yes, a vibration with someone. So there are definitely blockages being shown here with something or with someone. I also have the little sorrow lying with him, which is also due to the stress, which becomes something big. Something is definitely bothering him. We have difficulties again, lying hurdles, obstacles, problems, blockages. Something is hindering him. And there, a little bit, yes, something might be taking too long for him, but also something from the past might be occupying him, which are issues for him. And a very big issue for him is, yes, this new beginning. So something is moving him. As I said, he is involved in something where he says, yes, maybe he told you once that he is starting completely anew and so on. But it actually only brought him complete stress, hecticness, blockages, difficulties. And at some point he got involved with someone else or another situation. But something there is a negative vibration. Dear ones, we also take a closer look at what concerns time and what always emerges from the overall picture regarding harmony. Well, it's like this, it occupies him, but it doesn't fit. And I'll say again, there's something here that isn't good for him. A very big issue. Harmony, security. That's not really the case, but we have a new beginning. He wants to go there. He wants to be in that area. And I think we've had this quite often now because there's a lack of balance here. Because his balance is being taken away. And that has to do with his situation. And as a result, these difficulties take away his harmony. And even if he wasn't aware of it for quite some time, now he realizes that something no longer fits here. Because this is also about, yes, like a state of alertness, but here it also has to do with dishonesty. And maybe something has come out that was always kept secret, but we are also talking about him here. That was what he always kept hidden from himself. What has now come out is himself, his own deception. Maybe, but Something is also lurking here because he somehow wants to handle the whole thing cleverly, because he wants to. In this area, it concerns harmony. And he wants to achieve this balance because longing is also a very big issue. And here it is also about forgiveness. Forgiveness. Now let's see what forgiveness has to do with this. With him or with her. Let's take a look. Well, I can tell you this is really extreme here. Restlessness. So this is really hustle, stress, restlessness, and a very clear message. This is definitely also about you. Not just the restlessness, yes, but also the restlessness, yes, but here in a positive way. His or her topic is marriage, also having lied to oneself. He was lied to. You really occupy his mind very, very, very intensely. So, no question about it. I have the lobster, the worries with his current connections also lying here. And his thoughts, the uncertainty concerning you. This is about you. It's about you. And it is like this. What is shown with him, that will you suddenly occupy his mind very intensely, or when you have contact. He is occupied differently. Because he is always like this. He was in this like a zero line zero, right? So he was in this area the whole time. And he functions. He just functions. And now it is such that suddenly, what has unsettled him? What gave him this monotony, this wow, all right, so he functions. He's something external concerning others, concerning other people. The external, that can be work, that can be a hobby, that can be family. And there is what has completely moved him here, or rather what has been like this all the time. He did it, he is really in constant stress. So his inner self, it doesn't really come to rest anymore. No matter what you perceive externally, even if you might see him sometimes, and hey, the beaming man to the power of 10 is something like that. Internally, it looks completely different for him. And that's what we see in every individual reading. Whether here in the collective or in personal readings, which are even more intense, by the way, but some of you already know this. We always see what's going on inside a person. What he doesn't want to say, why doesn't he say it? Or is what he said true? And as mentioned, internally it looks completely different. There are the hustle and stress from outside. And here it has to do with lies, himself, and his environment. One or another person, could be family, could be someone at work. It hits even harder than before, that the person is cold, ice cold. Certainly, you have to deal with this here, and he feels guilty. This is a topic that goes back even further here anyway. He feels massively guilty. He feels obligated. He always has to deliver, he has to do something, he must. And I really have it on a continuous loop. I have quite a few official errands, authorities. It could be the bank. It could be, then yes, the tax office, whatever. It could also be a tax advisor. It could be anything outside. So there's a lot that needs to be done here. It could also be an insurance office. I have a lot. Because something is also changing here. It doesn't have to be with him. It can also be in his environment where he is really, really very active, also actively working with his hands, deeply involved. And it's like that. I almost don't see him in his own lightness, in his free time anymore, especially also lying down. I don't have any lightness lying around right now anyway. So, and now it comes, namely, Either, as I said, if you have contact, something has suddenly happened here with him. If you don't have contact, still something has happened. It could have been a photo of you. It could be that he saw someone in public. Maybe they have the same hairstyle as you or drive the same car color, something like that. These are just examples of public situations outside that he saw something. It could really be the phone, that he saw a photo or something there, or suddenly he sees your name or social media. Maybe you post something. It might not have affected him the first 50 times, but on the 51st, to make it happen, yes. Or you have contact and suddenly you see each other in person again. Or he really saw you in real life outside. It was you. And then he realized how much he misses it. What he misses, and especially those feelings of happiness, he really felt again, wow, I have feelings of happiness. There we have a reaction. And no, the reaction is not in the pants. Here we have the heart movement that has to do with you. It's this, you have such a wonderful energy. You are like this planet of happiness. You have this wonderfully positive energy. And it's like this, your charisma, this attraction has completely shown itself here. And as I said, even if it's not personal, that you saw each other, had contact, he saw you, he noticed something. It can also, as I said, really be social media. Suddenly, boom, it comes. That this, oh God, feelings of happiness. Wow. Suddenly there is an excitement within him where he also realizes something doesn't fit anymore. I sense him strongly leaning towards you in his thoughts, but I also sense him being jealous. Jealous, it might also be that he doesn't really know anything about you right now. Maybe he doesn't ask you either, but that's a kind of inhibition he has himself. He might not ask you anything, but still, look, is there already someone else? Maybe he saw something, that you were out with others. And it happened so quickly that he couldn't figure out, who is that? Who does this guy belong to? Something along those lines. That's a big issue. He really has some major issues. I don't want to completely shield him here. Because he has withdrawn. He has partially given you the cold shoulder. He has put you here. Like in the waiting room or the bathroom. You watch out, wait here. I'll give you something to eat. You can go to the toilet. You can shower here. Everything is available. Stay here for a while. I'll get back to you. Something like that. And that's what he's becoming aware of now. This, which he perhaps didn't really see all along, didn't let it truly reach him. Feelings of happiness. This, you are his happiness. Then comes this wow. As if the sun has risen for him. That's really how it is. Because I have double the happiness, big and small. In this realization, in this encounter, in this brief moment. Or even if you see each other regularly, like here, seen 50 times, and on the 51st time, wow. As I said, with him, everything is this heaviness, this coldness. He just functions. He functions. I have zero lightness with him, dear. So not even if he might have just been to the toilet or something. So I don't have it. So it is very, very, very minimal. What is shown here when something like that comes, and that's also what he's missing, because he notices it, this thing he's lacking. He also feels this connection to you there. We still have the inhibition threshold because he doesn't know how to best handle it here. Because, as I said, he really has a lot to take care of here. He has a lot to resolve. And that's what he has repeatedly pushed aside, be it with other people, be it mother, father, whatever, where he has always probably repeatedly run away. But the whole issue keeps catching up with him. And we are really here in this movement that he has pretty much reached the peak, because now he is really caught in this loop. He is trapped in a loop. And realizes, wow, how the air is missing to breathe. I can't catch my breath anymore. But he needed that. That was very, very important. or it is very important for him to make a change here, to implement, to come into trust. Or you can say, okay, I'll just relax here now. Let him do it because it's his issue. Stay with yourself in trust, even if you might be doubting a little yourself. Do I even still want him? Well, a little bit of that is coming through to me too. Do I even still want him? Because there's simply the disappointment, the worries, the sorrow. It's there. What has also been in the past. And trust yourself, trust in your love, and you know you will love the right person. Stay with yourself in your love. Let him, as I said, do it. He will come. That's his issue. And here you can really smile because you are the trigger that makes him realize, wow, this woman or this man actually makes me completely happy. He realizes something is missing here. Something he hasn't seen all along. I personally find that beautiful now. So really great. And truly dreamy. That is what he really feels inside. Is this closeness? This familial feeling, also this warmth. With you, through you, what has now been reawakened. As I said, even if there is no personal contact, there is something. It can be a photo, it can be a message, or simply just your name. Or that someone outside saw you and suddenly, wait a moment. It is indeed the hairstyle of, you have the same hairstyle, for example, or a color of the car. And suddenly this memory of you comes, this connection, and it was there all the time perhaps, not been. Suddenly, this now, the sudden moment, very suddenly spontaneous, and the feelings, the thoughts of you become more and more intense. There I have the short intervals. Of course, we always have the nervousness with us, the restlessness, because he can no longer really grasp you, which I also find very good here, that he comes into activity. And that is, as I said, this he sees with you, the beautiful things in life. The beautiful things, and it surprised him, what he sees here now. And there it comes. Again, this satisfaction is shown. It surprises him that he feels the whole thing much more intensely. And the beautiful things he doesn't have, which he once convinced himself of, can also be in the material. By the way, we also have a bit of chaos lying with him. Yes, maybe it's also that something always got tangled up. And then it said, yes, this is my approval here. But it is no longer because it now looks different. And that surprises him. There it is also that he already has in his thoughts the invitation, a personal meeting, the visiting you visiting him, an invitation. Can also be in public, going out to eat, or just in the parking lot or wherever. As I said, 2 games that something is happening there. That this encounter, he wants that with which he is really occupied. To see you again. Maybe he's also somehow checking, yes, what are you doing? Where could he perhaps also be by chance? Something along those lines. But he also wants this encounter again. And it could also be that he is really observing you a bit here. Maybe he has also seen something that unsettles him, where he no longer knows, as I said here. After this reading, he gives the impression that he can no longer really assess you, your activities. Somehow there is also a change with you. And it's really good, because now movement is coming in here. Even if it has always been superficial, the outside, the environment, yes, they have given the attention. It's like the sea is now completely going inward. And something has come out there. Come out, something he didn't see. And we are really the lie. He has been deceiving himself. He has been lying to himself. That he is happy. That fits like this. I'm doing everything right. No, I'm on the right path. No, mother, father, whatever. As I said, people, you know, it all fits. No, I'm doing this right. But he actually didn't really think about it. Instead, he let others decide and act of course to their advantage, but he was completely drawn into the vortex. And it's like that he realizes it. He realizes that he has been deceiving himself. That is the lie. And we have it even more here. It has come out in a triple form. He himself, that he lied to himself, and above all was lied to. And there, this dominance, this ice block of people in his environment, he becomes increasingly aware of it. Because he, as I said, we have the trigger, that you have this lightness, these feelings of happiness. He has been deceiving himself. And is that indeed the truth that we have faced? Yes. And so I would say that real movement is coming in here. Movement is coming in your direction. Regarding the invitation, the personal meeting, it could also be that he surprises you all of a sudden. I would say it could be a Thursday, that it is a Thursday. And in terms of timing, I tend to have about approximately 2 to 3 weeks, 3 months within this time, that something happens there. So we are really good movement, but he wanted it no other way. And that is also important. The noose has tightened. Dear ones, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching and wish you a wonderfully beautiful rest of the day. Goodbye.